It's the man.
Hey, Cash.
Football focus. Where the focus is always
Defense.
no football.
Defense. Or lack thereof.
Yeah. Matter of fact, as we speak, I think Denver Broncos just scored again.
Just scored again. Yeah,
just
scored.
Just not
On a 50-yard run by Willis McGahee.
And Willis McGahee got two.
I think he just
riding his knees or something like that.
Yeah, he's the bionic man.
He's something, man. I mean, like I said, I know. Thank God for you. You didn't get a chance to see the game.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah.
And if seeing is believing, you can take my eyes away right now. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
It was ridiculous, man. They couldn't stop nobody. I think, you know what? I put I'm gonna do my own bounty. I'm gonna say if the Saints defense can't get their act together, I'm putting hits out on all of them. I think y'all people out there, America, y'all can tell us who's the worst offense in the league right now. I say the Jets. The Jets can't hit a broad side of a barn. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Jets, and I think maybe Cleveland.
Well, no.
Who else you think got the worst offense? Like, I mean, offense is just terrible.
Yeah. Outside of the Jets, the guys we gonna play on Monday night.
Philly?
Yeah.
Nah,
yeah.
I mean, can't say they got the
turnover prone.
Vic,
Turnover prone.
No, I'm talking about worst offense where they can't move the
ball. Arizona.
Well, no, Arizona got Fitzgerald.
Who?
I mean, I know. Who? But
Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
What's his number?
I think he's number 11.
You sure?
Yeah. He's been missing in action. I know.
You sure he's not number 11 on another team?
No.
Because of the way they've been treating that man, it seems like they got 10 on 12.
Yeah. I got you. But I mean, personally, the Jets don't have no redeemable offensive player on their team. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no player on their team where somebody would trade for him or whatever. You know, the Saints got Breeze, you got Sproles, you got Colston. I mean, you can go down the line.
Yeah.
Which offense had to shed a plane for the loss too, Sunday night too. But no running game, stuff like that. But I think the Jets, personally, I think the Jets is the worst offensive team in the league. And I say that to say this. I'm getting off subject. I say that to say this. I think the Jets can come in and score 30 points on the Saints defense.
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, like I put on Facebook, I don't think Superman, Wolverine, Batman. I don't think nobody can save this defense. Nobody's coming to save the day.
Yeah. Nah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like Vilma's there. They seem like they're getting worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just surprised. The only good thing I can say that came out the game was nobody got a career high in something. You know what I'm saying? Like last week when they played Tampa, Vincent Jackson got a career high. I think Doug Martin had a career high running. You know, and Freeman had a career high pass. So the good thing I can say about that is nobody got a career high. I mean, Peyton gonna be Peyton.
Right. True.
You know,
True.
And
you know, you're right.
Did they score again?
They just scored again. Hillman on the 60-yard screen pass. Okay, it is. But the thing is, with the Saints defense, and somebody else hit on it. You know, I got a lot of guys out in my circle that I talk to, and you know, we're all defensive-minded guys. And the thing is, and what I said before, they don't have a safety valve.
Right.
You know, and the offenses are not scared of you because of that. Right. If you had a safety back there, you know what, you throw anywhere around this guy's vicinity, you might get picked off. Right. It's going to drastically change the way you game plan. Right. You don't have a pass rush. You haven't had a pass rush for the last 6-7 years. Right. Okay, let's get beyond that. You guys, unfortunately, this year they can't cover. All right, you got a headhunter in Roman Harper, who should be a linebacker. I mean, he needs to go from 41 to 51. I mean, I still like Kato's. I think Martez Wilson is playing out of position. I don't know why that boy Humber is not in the game. Where's Casillas? You know, I mean, on paper, it seems like you have what you need.
Right.
But when it comes to game, it's like
I got a question for you. Do you think it's the system or you think it's the players? Because a lot of people calling for Spagnuolo's head. Now, Spags, he had the Giants defense when they beat the Patriots when they went 18-1. Okay. Got him a coaching job right after that.
St.
Louis. Now, St. Louis, I don't remember St. Louis defense being that good. I know they were working on it, you know what I'm saying, working on getting better. But is it the scheme? I mean, because we don't have O.C. Umenyiora, we don't have Michael Strahan, we don't have Jason Pierre-Paul. I don't think he drafted him, but you don't have a Jason Pierre-Paul. You don't have these type of guys coming through the door.
But see, for Spags, you had Justin Tuck.
Yeah, Justin Tuck.
You had Michael Strahan. You had O.C. Umenyiora. You had big defensive tackles.
Right.
I want to say Fred Robbins was there.
Was he?
I think
He
so.
might have been.
Fred Robbins. Can't think of the other defensive tackle. But you had big bodies in the middle that was swallowing up blocks.
Right.
That enabled what's that boy? What's his name? Mitchell. Kiaka Wakauka.
Yeah, Kiwaka Mitchell.
Yeah, Kiwaka Mitchell.
And Antonio Pierce.
Antonio Pierce. You had those guys where it's like they were able to roam if they wanted to blitz. They wanted to blitz, they could. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, they didn't have to because the thing with the Giants, what made them so good that year was the fact that their pass rush was so relentless that you didn't need to send extra bodies after the quarterback.
Right.
Those 4 guys lined up right there would get to the quarterback.
Right. Now, and another thing, like I said, this is the last thing we're going to talk about, then we're just going to go to the picks. Now, the last thing I want to say is that if Greg Williams was here, if Greg Williams was coaching the defense this year, just say he would have stayed this one more year, how you think, without the the suspensions and all that crap coming up, how you think they would have been doing? You think it would have been any better or worse?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I think it probably would have been a little bit better. But you remember, after the Saints won the Super Bowl, the defense started regressing.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the year we won the Super Bowl, the defense,
as the season went on,
the defense started regressing. But that was only due to injuries. But the year after that, I mean, we went 11-5, but I think the offense had more power.
They were more run. They were running the ball more consistent. I think the only thing messed them up in the Broncos game was the running game wasn't consistent, and they got behind. It was down 17-7 at half.
Well, I mean, but see, again, we talking about the New Orleans Saints. 17-7 is nothing.
It's nothing, but if you can't stop nobody, it's something.
It is something.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think, like, you see Breeze going for it in the first half. It was 4th and 2, and he waved special teams off. He said, "Nah, let me go for it." And he threw it high. Well, it would have been a good pass to try to get it to grab, and he threw a pick. I mean, they was gonna turn the ball. They did with the made it. I don't understand why Breeze didn't just run it. He could have ran the ball, and got the first down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he I think Breeze, the thing that happens with Breeze is he's trying to do too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And see, and Sean Payton was good at not having Breeze do that.
Yeah.
He would interpret a way, you know what I'm saying, for them to get the running game, even if it didn't work.
True.
He was going to keep running around. And I think Carmichael, if he see it don't work, he just go away from it, just quit. And a lot of people saying that Breeze is trying to pad his stats. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got 50 straight games with a touchdown pass.
Okay. Right.
And it's some other type of deal.
Right.
But he's just trying to do too much.
Right.
And
right.
What can you do?
Well, you can actually, I know a couple of things you can do. Dedicate yourself to the running game. Right. You don't want Breeze to do too much. Actually, focus on the running game.
The only problem with that, though, I think they back away from the running game because they get down. They know, Breeze knows in his mind. I mean, he might not say it, and he might talk to his wife Brittany and tell her when they get home and they laying in bed or whatever, or one of his best friends. He said, "Man, I don't have a shot if this defense is giving up 500 yards a game."
Which is
NFL record. It is. They on course. I mean, Buffalo is right behind them, but they on course to have the worst defense that the league has ever seen. Right now, they're the worst defense the league has ever seen.
Even worse than last year's Patriots.
Right. And the even worse thing about that is, I look at NFL Network and they say who to sit, for fantasy football, who to sit. Every time I look on there and they say play anybody who the Saints are playing against. The Saints play Philly Monday night. They say they got Deshaun Jackson, LaShawn McCoy, Macklin, Selleck, and Vic. Now, Vic is talking about benching Vic. I guarantee you they will not bench Vic this week. Vic is going to probably have 300 yards passing and 100 yards rushing. And he might have 100 yards receiving in the damn game. It's just how the defense is playing.
Broncos just scored again.
Pass
to Demaryius Thomas.
Right. But anyway, like I said, we obviously we Saints fans. They wasn't winning the hat, but we just disappointed. A lot of people are saying is the season over. You 4 games behind the Falcons. Falcons 7-0. You 2-5. Well, is the season over with?
No, it's not over with. But if we lose Monday night, it is. We lost too many. Look, I'm assuming it's NFC. Too many losses to NFC opponents. Right. We behind the 8 ball. We need, AFC. Yes, a loss, but it didn't hurt you like a loss to NFC team. Right. So we need to get our act together. We need to get in gear against the Philadelphia Eagles. If we cannot, and like I said, I'm not packing up my 10 and nothing like that, but I'm still gonna rock my hat. But the outlook is just not good. It's not good.
Not really. You're right.
It's not good.
All right, so on to this week's games. We got Thursday night. We got Kansas City at San Diego. Unfortunately, I got to go with San Diego.
I might go with Kansas. You know what? Hell, I'm going against the grain. I'm going with Kansas City.
You going with KC?
Yeah, I'm going with Kansas City.
Yeah. All right, we got Baltimore at Cleveland. I'm riding with Baltimore.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
They gonna get their act together. After that bad loss to Houston.
Yeah, they will. And then they had a week off to regroup.
Yeah. I think they'll be fine. Oh, we got Buffalo at Houston.
Houston. Yeah.
I'm going with Houston myself.
I think that might be a shootout, but I'm going with Houston anyway.
I don't know. I think the Houston defense is probably gonna put the clamps down. You got Martin Williams coming back.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, we got Denver at Cincinnati. I'm going with Denver.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Denver too.
All right, about to say, boy. We got Detroit versus Jacksonville. Detroit all day. We got Chicago versus Tennessee.
Chicago.
Yeah, same here. You got Miami versus Indy. Now that's a tough game because you got 2 good rookie quarterbacks going against each other.
And that's one of the things I love about the NFL.
Yeah.
I'm going with
Miami.
I'm going with Indy. I'm gonna go with Indy.
You going Indy? Okay.
I'm going Indy.
I knew you was gonna go against the grain.
I am the grain.
You are the grain. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Miami. Like I said, Miami's defense played phenomenal. Last week.
Yeah, but
we got Carolina versus Washington. I'm going with Washington.
Yeah, me too. I'm going with Washington, man. RG3, man. Yeah, I was kind of wrong the last 2 weeks, but I think they get it together. But you know what, though? The game against the Giants was closer. But Pittsburgh, they just got...
Yeah, they just ran into a buzzsaw. Yeah. But, all right, we got Arizona versus Green Bay.
Green Bay in the blowout. Woodshed game. Green Bay
all right.
In the blowout. Woodshed.
We got the John Gruden Bowl. Tampa Bay versus Oakland. I'm going with Tampa.
I'm going with Oakland.
What?
Yeah, I'm going with Oakland. And this week, Carson Palmer finally gets his act together and stops playing down to the level of competition.
All right. You got Minnesota versus Seattle. I'm going with
Minnesota versus Seattle?
Seattle, yeah.
I'm going with Minnesota, too.
I figured you would.
It's going to be a close game.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be good. Russell Wilson wants to do it. This is going to be a good game. We got Pittsburgh versus the Giants. I'm going with the Giants.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Giants. Are you going with the Giants?
I'm going with the Giants.
I'm going with Pittsburgh this time. I picked against them twice. I'm going with them. I'm going with Pitt. That might be a Super Bowl preview.
Right.
Possibly a Super Bowl preview.
All right, we got Sunday night Dallas versus Atlanta.
Atlanta.
I'm going with Dallas.
Atlanta.
And this is probably well.
Can I speak to the president of Atlanta?
All right, so you go with Atlanta. AT. I think that they would get their first loss Sunday night.
I don't know. Full picks from Romo again? I just don't know.
I don't want to talk about that. All right, we got the Monday nighter. Philly versus New Orleans.
I'm going New Orleans, of course. You know, even though our defense is absolutely abysmal, I think we make enough plays on the offensive side of the ball to win the game. I'm gonna have to get on YouTube, man, and talk to Event, man. We might have to get Event up in here on one day, man, and see what we can do.
Yeah, so. I agree with that. So we got our weekly rant. Since it's week 8, halfway through the season, we're gonna go over our season picks. Yeah. And
this ain't a weekly rant. We're gonna call this the Mulligan.
Yeah, this is the Mulligan. Obviously, you know, the team that we obviously go for has been having a terrible season. So, all right, we both picked for the AFC East. We both picked the Patriots.
Okay,
so that we still on stock with that. AFC North, I picked the Steelers. You picked the Ravens.
Okay,
so you know what I mean. That's in that. We both in the AFC South. We both picked the Texans.
Okay.
So we still good on that. In the AFC West, I think you picked the Broncos, which is looking good. I picked the Chargers. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Then your wild card was the Steelers and the Chargers. And my wild card was the Ravens and the Broncos.
I think we might have to change that. I think the wild card is probably going to be the Broncos and the Patriots.
The wild card?
No, I'm talking about the championship game.
Championship game. Okay, your championship game. All right. You overstepping it.
I'm sorry. Who I said the wild card was?
You said the wild card was going to be the Chargers and the Steelers.
Okay, well, I'm going to change that. Chargers, no. I think the wild card might be Cincinnati.
Bengals? I'm gonna stick with mine. I got the Ravens. I got the because I picked the Steelers to win the division, so I got the Ravens and the Broncos as a wild card. But don't be shocked if you see the Dolphins or the Colts. I mean, them boys, they doing their thing. Yeah. But the championship game, you got the Texans. No, you had the Texans versus the Ravens.
Okay,
My AFC championship was the Texans and the Steelers.
Okay.
So we both looking good. All right, on to the NFC. I picked the Eagles to win the NFC East. You picked the Giants. So you looking good.
I know something, huh?
You know a little something. And the NFC North, I picked the Bears. You picked the Bears. Okay. NFC South. We both picked the Saints.
So damn dirty birds.
All right. In the NFC West, we both picked the Seahawks.
I'm gonna change that.
You would change it to the Niners.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it to the Niners. They just running away with it. Unfortunately, they just running away with it, man. I mean, with that showing last night, man, them boys need to be played with. Really, them boys are not to be played with.
Right. And the wild card, you said the Cowboys and the Falcons is your wild card. And I had the Packers and the Cardinals.
Packers maybe because of their division. Well, you know what? No. I think Minnesota's gonna be the wild card. Who's the other team?
You picked the Falcons.
Yeah, the Falcons. They gonna
the Falcons and the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Falcons. They probably gonna have the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys.
Oh no! Watch out for Chicago. They 6-1. They find ways to win the game, and I think their defense is better.
Oh, man.
And the Falcons still had to play the Saints twice, which is not saying much.
Yeah,
still got to play the Saints twice. They still got to play the Giants. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's the thing on top of my head. They still got it wrong. They still they might fall off.
Okay.
But NFC Championship game, got the Monday night game, the Saints versus the Eagles. That's my NFC Championship game. You got the Saints versus the Bears.
I think it's probably gonna be the Bears and the Giants.
The Bears and the Giants.
Yeah.
You know what a lot of people are saying, and you know what the NFL wants? The NFL wants the Giants and the Broncos in the Super Bowl this year.
Of course. Manning Bowl, right?
Manning Bowl in New Orleans.
Oh Lord. Yeah. Yeah, that might just happen. It might just happen.
Yeah.
So something I would watch. I'll put it like this. We ain't gonna make the Super Bowl. Saints. Okay? We're not gonna make it. Alright? We might get to the playoffs, but our defense is so bad, we're not gonna make it. I would rather see the Eli Man. I'd rather see the Manning Bowl in their hometown than to see the Houston Texans make it, Atlanta Falcons make it, Dallas Cowboys, well, they ain't gonna make it anyway. Right. Any team that's along I-10, 95, 35, and 45. Yeah. Broncos is fine. New York is fine. You know what I'm saying? But if Houston makes it, Atlanta makes it,
you ain't gonna watch the game.
I'm not gonna watch the game. I'm not gonna watch the game. I can't. I just can't stomach it. You know how I feel about Atlanta Falcons. I don't care for them. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing personal. You know,
they're dirty birds.
They're dirty birds. Yeah. You know, and Houston Texans. I work in Houston.
Right. We both work.
So you can just imagine how it's gonna be if Houston makes it. How many people, man, you know any good hotels I can get down there?
Ooh, I'd be smacking the face.
Yeah. And I stand by what I said before. Roger Goodell, he better do his congratulations speech by teleprompter. Because if any team via satellite, if any team, Houston or Atlanta makes it to that Super Bowl and wins it, it's gonna be. He gonna find all type of cockroaches and spit in his food.
Yeah, he might find out anyway because he has to give away the trophy or whatever. So
yeah,
he gotta be there.
Right.
Unless he gonna clone himself like in Star Wars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyway, we both had the Texans and the Saints as the Super Bowl. Don't look like that's gonna happen. The Texans might do their end of the deal, but
I would have loved to see the battle for I-10.
Right.
Because there's a battle for 95. You know what I'm saying? There's the battle of the Turnpike.
Yeah. With Jets and the Giants.
Jets and the Giants. And then there's the Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Yeah. What they call that? That's a battle for something too.
We might have to ask our main event. Event status.
Right. So, but don't look like it's gonna happen.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm not changing none of my picks. I mean, obviously, I gotta change the Saints picks. Yeah, but I think that Super Bowl, I wouldn't mind seeing the Broncos and the Giants, or I wouldn't mind seeing the Ravens and the Giants. You know what I'm saying? It's two of my favorite teams, but we'll see. But anything else you want?
Nah, man, that's it for me, man.
So what's up with the glove?
Oh, well, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is called the Infinity Gauntlet. This gauntlet was inspired by the Avengers movie that came out. I hate to give it away. If you've never seen it before, you might want to dedicate at least 2.5 hours to watching that movie. Right. Because at the end of it, one of my favorite Marvel characters was in it, Thanos. I'm not going to give you no backstory on him, but Thanos had this. And coincidentally, I killed Thanos while he was wearing this and took it for myself. So now I am the most powerful being in the multiverse. So, in the famous word of the now dead Thanos, come and get me.
Right. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. We'll see you next week. And one more thing I gotta add, even though it's not football related, this will probably be the last show we do with, before we get our new president, whoever it be. So we want to encourage everybody to go vote.
Yes, please.
No matter who it is, Republican, Democrat, whatever, we prefer Obama, but everybody, is what it is. But as I said, we, just encourage you go vote early. I'm voting Saturday. Go vote, and and just get it done so we can get America back up and popping again.
Right.
With the right guy.
Yeah, right. With the right candidate. Right. Exactly.
Right. So that's our show. Peace and love.